Serapis is a Greco Roman deity, and I would say a very good example of a fast moving, extreme composition of a deity within a short period of time, whereas Yahweh was more of a slow burning that took, let's just say, several hundred years for him to cannibalize other Canaanite deities. I can give you examples. I know people hate that I said that. They will disagree. They will say he's not a composite deity, but I'm compelled to believe the way I do, and I can give examples. Why don't we also take a look at who Serapis was and the reasons why I think that Yahweh is a composite deity? Shekinah in Greek, Chokmah in Hebrew are wisdom. They are meant to be attributes of Yahweh, but in reality, they're personification of Ashra, the mother goddess. Proverbs 3:18, she is a tree of life to them that lay hold upon her, and happy is everyone that retaineth her. Psalm 1:3, and he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. Where is Yahweh getting these divine feminine qualities from, pray tell? Ashra's tree of life imagery is now being used to describe Yahweh. Here's the kicker where I'm going to stop with Ashra. Genesis 49:25. By the God of your father who will help you, by the Almighty who will bless you with the blessings of heaven above, blessings of the deep that crouches beneath, blessings of the breast and the womb. The nipples of Ashra's breasts, the divine breasts, the breasts of Ashra and Rameh. Oh, that's a Canaanite blessing. And this is a Judean pillar figurine. Mommy Milky. Rameh is one of the womb. It's an epithet for Ashra, and that word is also used in the Bible for womb. I think I have pretty good reason to say that there's echoes of Ashra still resonating from Yahweh. The Canaanite fertility and storm god Baal Hadad is known as the giver of the rain and lord of the thunder shower. Baal received this particular epithet, rider of the clouds. This same name is used by one of the psalmists in Psalm 68:5. Sing to God, praise his name, extol the rider of the clouds. But this isn't just like in name only. This is also an action. Baal Hadad is known for routing Yam, the god of rivers and sea, just like Yahweh is known for doing the very same to the very same god, Yam. The motif of Chaos Kampf is ubiquitous in myth and legend, depicting a battle of culture hero deity with a chaos monster, often in the shape of a serpent or a dragon. And in Canaanite mythology, this Chaos Kampf would be between the supreme deity Baal Hadad or Yahweh against the water dragon Yam. The defeat of chaos leads to creation, and you can see this myth reflected in Job, Psalms, and in Isaiah, probably elsewhere in the Bible, but I can't remember right now. Okay, I'm going to keep it brief with El because I think everybody just agrees that El and Yahweh were combined, but I will point something out about this name. God spoke to Moses and said to him, I am the Lord. I appeared to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as El Shaddai, but my name, the Lord, I did not make myself known to them. Papa's got a brand new bag. You used to call me El, no longer. You're going to call me Yahweh. But Shaddai might be a goddess epithet. Like, come on. And here's another contender, Anat, possibly being combined with Yahweh. During a time when supposedly there's just one God and it's monotheism, we have the Jews of Elephantine worshiping a god named Anat Yahu. Remember that son of Anat I told you about in Judges? Syncretism can happen naturally because of all kinds of phenomenon. When cultures interact through trade, conquest, migration, natural phenomenons, what have you, syncretism can be a way for them to take new ideas and adapt them for themselves. And if your God was lacking something, there was a surefire way to fix that problem. Yoink! Just think how that would create legitimacy if you're taking a new arrival of a God who maybe is missing some bits and pieces, and you find an older God that maybe for whatever reason is falling by the wayside, or maybe you just annihilated those people. Now you can take those attestations and assimilate them with your new God, and now they're legitimized. Oh, now they have history. it would just naturally happen at times and make it easier for people to address and understand the changes that were happening, right? If you used to ask Asherah for blessings of breast and womb, Asherah's gone. Now what? Oh, I got the God for you. Yahweh. He also has blessings of breast and womb. See what we did? We just filled the gap. All right, I'm going to start to wrap this video up because I'm getting tired. Let's talk about Serapis real quick. Serapis is a Greco Egyptian god of the Ptolemaic period of Egypt, developed by the monarch Ptolemy as part of his vision to unite his Egyptian and Greek subjects. Serapis cult later spread throughout the Roman Empire until it was banned by a Christian Theodosius in 395 Common Era. So this cult lasted for a good while. Serapis was a fusion of three separate deities. Serapis was a blend of the Egyptian gods Osiris, Apis, with the Greek god Zeus, and others. Actually, there's others in there, kind of similar to Yahweh, to create a composite deity who would resonate with the multicultural society Ptolemy envisioned for Egypt. Ptolemy made fusing these cultures together his top priority, and he focused on religion as the means to that end. The combination of Yahweh with other deities took hundreds of years, whereas with Ptolemy, he did this within his rule. But isn't that end for control in both instances? Due to syncretism, Apis and Osiris already had their cults combined, so Ptolemy just took Zeus and kind of threw him onto the pyre, which immediately gave it legitimacy. And it didn't hurt the fact that he's freaking the ruler and he's rich as fuck. That's what people with power do. Not only did Serapis embody these gods, he also drew on others that were associated with the sun, afterlife, earth energy, and healing. This would allow people to still worship their traditional deities, but now under the umbrella of this newly created god. The big difference here is that Serapis was a deliberate act of syncretism, where Yahweh was a bit more organic, and I understand that completely, but I still feel as though my argument stands. He is comprised of many different attributes of other deities because he was lacking something, and the people, the culture, they needed it, and they found it in other deities.